Hey everyone, guess who's back? It's the commish back here with another draft preview for Tier 3. This time it's the last team we're featuring out of the international division. It's B. Moss and Sinner Tiger. I think this guy has potential. I've seen him log on, looks fairly active. If you've been watching my previews, basically all I'm doing here for Tier 3 is looking at where you would be drafting in the draft and looking at where Fantasy Pros has PPR rankings. Of course, this would by no means be a winning formula based on the positions you have to pick, as well as the fact that it doesn't include IDPs. That being said, let's have a look at what it might look like here for Sinner Tiger. So I'm going to share my screen. And there you see the Fantasy Pros board. So the first pick for Sinner Tiger is going to be the 4th overall. So the first pick is Saquon Barkley. Then the next pick for Sinner Tiger would be pick 21, which would end up being A.J. Brown. Then pick 28 would be T. Higgins. Interesting to see Higgins ranked high. Then pick 45. It's going to be DeAndre Hopkins. So definitely building a decent wide receiver core here based on the mock. Pick 52, this one would be a bit questionable just because of maybe the suspension concerns, Alvin Kamara. Pick 69 would be next, and I have Tyler Algier. So I think that would be a pretty good hedge against the risk of Alvin Kamara. Then pick 76 is going to be Darren Waller. So going with your tight end there and getting potentially a starting tight end late, I think that would be a good scenario. Next up would be pick 93. You go with your quarterback. It would be Kirk Cousins. Then pick 100 would be Jacoby Myers, new receiver in Vegas. And then pick 117 is going to be Rondale Moore, who turned out to be a bust last year with all the hype. So looking at your draft scenario here, based on the rankings, you started with running back Saquon Barkley, also picking Alvin Kamara and Tyler Algier later in the draft. So the running backs would be there. Wide receiver, A.J. Brown, T. Higgins, DeAndre Hopkins, as well as Jacoby Myers and Rondale Moore. I think that would be a pretty solid receiving core to start out with. Tight end, Darren Waller was mocked. And at quarterback, Kirk Cousins. So you can see draft position number 4 here doesn't look too bad. In fact, it looks like a fairly ideal position and one of the more decent mocks we've seen so far. I just want to say good luck to Sinner Tiger and hope you enjoy this preview.